One sniff of green and they'll be on us like flies on rot. Let 'em come, then, she said, tapping the handle of the knife she kept in her waistband. I'm not scared of any Bakerstown pansies. His barked-out laugh had her cheeks suddenly warm. Just like you were going to take Jed and his man, right? She fought the urge to sock him between the eyes. I could take 'em. Course you could've, he said. Iman only outweighs you by 150 pounds. She tossed the bird carcass into the trash-filled gutter. I'll take you in a second. Such a tease. He shoved her off the sidewalk. She pushed him back, maybe a little too hard, irritated that all the layers of clothes she wore suddenly made her too hot. He bounced off the iron fence, laughing. The clang of a doorbell from one of the shops across the street drew their attention to a couple exiting a deli. They were flush, that much was obvious. Smart clothes, a black peacoat and slick leather shoes on the man, a swanky black dress on the woman, and clean brown skin. The woman's small brimmed hat with its fishnet veil had Ty wondering what purpose such ridiculous clothes could possibly serve. The couple waited for the doorman to clear a path through the beggars, then headed down the sidewalk around the corner, making no attempt to hide the shiny, handheld diffusers they each wore on their waistbands. The crowd cleared around them. One shock from those things and a person would be out for hours. Must be hard being so damn rich, said Ty, wading through all this muck. It's disgusting, really. She hiccuped a laugh, pleased with herself, but Colin didn't find her funny. His eyes were round as he watched them go. What was wrong with him? He was standing taller and smoothing down the front of his shirt. He'd been acting strange all morning, ever since they'd run into Jed and Iman. She shifted her weight from one side to the other. They shouldn't have left Metaltown. Jed was trouble. She refused to trust a rich man she'd never seen work. He probably wasn't even going to keep his word and tell the foreman. Then they'd be sacked, and she'd be no better than these bums here, begging for a job. Colin had begun walking again. If I was flush, he said, I'd buy a separate sidewalk so me and my greenback friends didn't have to get our shoes dirty. Ty's shoulders loosened, and she fell into step beside him. If I was flush, I wouldn't walk at all. I'd make scraps like you pull me around in a cart. He smirked. If I was flush, I wouldn't even need a cart. I'd make scraps like you go get me everything I need. Anything for you, great one, she said, but her laughter failed when he lapsed into silence. Most of the time, the quiet didn't bother her. She preferred it, actually. There was nothing more annoying to her than mindless chatter. But here, so close to a home she knew he still missed, she felt a strange pressure to keep him talking. Where is Hayden, anyway? She asked, thinking back to the whole reason they were on this venture. And why is he working for slick Jed Schultz? Colin scowled. He's not slick. He's all right. Ty took his answer to mean that he didn't know where his brother had landed. He was all doe-eyed again, thinking about Jed, and she didn't like that one bit. A couple stiffs in black uniforms walked by, and Ty pulled Colin down off the sidewalk so they could pass. Bakerstown police were as crooked as they came. Word was their chief was owned by Big Boss Hampton himself, who could use them as his own private army if the mood struck. They wouldn't take kindly to a couple metalhead kids with pockets full of cash. Here's Fifth, she said when they reached a corner.